I'm shooting people.
Can your stream hear everything? Can your
Fuck!
Man, that's worse than me having like double audio, yeah.
I fucking got sniped.
Yeah, this is like a troubleshooting session. Yeah, man. God. Wait, hold up. Oh, nope, I still hear myself. Wonderful.
Ha 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 ha. Oh, also, let me tell you guys, I got these, Kraft macaroni and cheese gummies.
How do those
Yes.
taste?
Well, they taste just like regular gummy candy, like the best comparison I can make is gummy Craig patties. They just kind of have the generic neutral gummy taste.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, it's alright. But they're shaped like macaroni and cheese. It's kind of funny.
Well, now I'm really confused.
What do you mean?
Because it's doing the doubling up thing for me as well.
Dude, what is happening?
Dude, is OBS just dead today?
That's impressive.
I wonder if anybody else is having these issues.
Alright, here. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to just set this shit to this.
In before the mod.
Alright. At least my mic is back. And now I have to take care of one. Hold on, actually, I might be able to take care of this other problem. Leave that at that. No, because that was the problem with it originally. Alright. No, don't close OBS. God damn it. Why is this all fucked today? Alright. We should be good now. That's what I'm saying?
Let me
I have no idea what's going on anymore. God damn it. I couldn't hear you. I can hear you now.
Told you.
I
Did
literally...
I told you, Marcus. Get fucked.
Literally, holy
Dude, what
shit.
is happening?
Dude, I don't know. I went into Discord. I clicked on the source that should have been the source. It was like, oh man, this is not happening. And I'm like, okay, cool. So then I tapped away from it to try another source and then kicked it back to the same source I was just on. And then I could hear Marcus again. Was trying a shit ton of stuff. What is the technical difficulties we are going through today?
I don't even know what made it any different than last time I streamed, because the last time I streamed everything was fine.
Yeah, me too. God damn it. Anyways, it's all fine now. People can hear. Fuck. God damn it.
Is it fine? It doesn't sound fine.
It's as long as it's not doubling up on the audio, I'm fine with everything else.
Is it fine?
No. And I don't know why it was wrong, and I don't know why we were having difficulties. Oh. And I don't know why it was wrong, and I don't know why we were having difficulties. Oh. Luckily, the audio is not doubling up again.
I bet Marcus still is.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's just my own mic. I don't know what the fuck it's doing. Do I have to...
What are we doing?
Hello?
Hello?
Okay,
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to unplug it to see if that'd fix it. It didn't fix it.
Shocking.
Okay.
So, actually, hold up. I might have an idea of what's happening. So if I go to studio mode...
Yeah.
And I go to my other shit, and I mute that. Did it work? No, it didn't. Very nice.
All right, everybody. Well, welcome back to the podcast. We're starting 30 minutes of technical difficulties.
I am going to kill everyone.
Okay.
This side of the Mississippi River, and
hold
then
on.
myself.
Hold on. Is your audio settings correct in OBS? Is your OBS settings correct in Discord?
Wait, what?
Are your audio settings correct in Discord, and are your audio settings correct in OBS? Because the thing I did was I disabled voice meter, and then I just set Windows, Discord, and OBS all back to my defaults.
Well, see, the issue here is I didn't change anything.
I know, that's my problem, is I'm going to have to reset all of these when my fucking...
It's also not Discord, because if I mute OBS, it stops.
Okay, so it's OBS in general.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I'm pretty sure it's because of the plugin. I'm like almost 100% positive.
What plugin?
The one that I can splice my audio to prevent copyright strike shit.
Oh, you went with a plugin. I did it all through a exterior program. I just haven't set up my channels for it.
I'm using a mod, yeah. Also, welcome to the podcast, I Just Buster. How are you doing today?
I'm assuming
we're having a lot of technical difficulties. We don't know what's going on.
I'm assuming Aegis Buster was taken.
Probably, yeah.
Anyways.
Seems like it, yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Anyways, should we
let's just move on.
Alright.
Fuck the scuff. We can figure that out later. Wait, I can only hear 3 of the 4 of you. Oh, the 4th one isn't here, but it won't let me deactivate the scene.
Oh, now that I'm looking at it, yeah, the giant picture of Andrew is a dead giveaway. All right. Since we're all calm, we're all here. At least my audio's fixed, and we can officially start the podcast about 30 minutes late.
And then it's so fucking weird.
It's okay. Our first topic. Okay, so.
Oh, I know why I can't deactivate Kazu's little tag down there. It's because I'm an idiot and I fucking built it into the overlay.
Oh my.
So why don't you duplicate the topic square and put it over him then for right now?
No, it's fine.
All right, fair enough. I was offering a solution.
I'll just do what I did the last time, and I'll gray out his picture. Yeah,
this
there we go.
Is literally the worst fucking
solution.
It's beautiful though, isn't it?
You know, Levi, back in the day during World War II, I remember the final solution. It was just graying everything out.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyways, so I thought it was funny because we had the Game Awards 2 weeks ago. Sony came out to announce that it had given 2 awards out for its Game of the Year stuff. And I thought it was really funny because one of them was for God of War, obviously.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing was the best multiplayer experience was given to Call of Duty, which was my original vote during the Game Awards, but it was won by Final Fantasy XIV, if I remember correctly.
Sounds about right.
And it was just really funny to me looking at it. I'm like, yeah, Sony, yeah, sure. Throw Call of Duty up in there as your Game of the Year. Try to backpedal out of that lawsuit. God, there's stuff about that in this week's topics as well. Like, did you see they sent a giant thing about how they only sold in the year 2021, they only sold like half of the consoles that Sony did and 1/3 of the consoles that Nintendo did. And we know how many consoles Nintendo sold, and we know how many consoles we don't know how many consoles PlayStation or Xbox has sold. But finding out that Nintendo had sold I think it was like 29 million of the Switches in 2021. Yeah. And then Sony sold like 15 million by the calculation, and Xbox sold like a piddling 7.5 by that metric.
Pathetic.
Which is still a lot, but I want to know, is everybody treating this like a big deal because Microsoft owns Xbox?
Maybe.
Do you guys think it'd be different if Xbox was like its own thing and it wasn't directly connected to Microsoft, one of, the biggest PC companies in the entire world?
Well,
honestly, probably.
I think that's like a loaded question because without Microsoft, Xbox would be literally nothing.
Yes, but I'm wondering if at one point Xbox had separated from Microsoft as its own. I mean, technically it's its own division and everything, but I mean like actually separated and like they only got like partial revenue or whatever. They weren't an actual part.
Okay, so realistically that would be financial suicide because they would no longer have their backer, and I think Xbox would just fail.
Yes, I believe they don't. I believe for how fast they were trying to acquire other properties and how the Microsoft Game Pass works, I don't think that we would have a Microsoft Game Pass to this day if they had split off. I don't think they can make the money.
Yeah, like, I don't know. That's like a really weird question.
I mean, maybe they could probably do the Epic route. Epic seems to be doing all right.
That's kind of like asking, would the nuclear bomb exist without Oppenheimer?
True.
Probably.
Somebody would have eventually developed the nuclear bomb. But
Yeah, but it'd be like weird. History would be so vastly changed.
I mean, yeah.
Well,
but the bomb would still come about eventually.
Okay, so here's a portion from the actual excerpt that they sent in to the FTC. The FTC's disregard for these benefits to consumers and focus on supposed harms to Xbox deep-pocketed competitors betrays a fundamental disconnect between the FTC's theories and the antitrust law's underlying purpose, which is to protect competition, not competitors. The FTC is asking this court to protect the world's largest gaming companies from further competition from Xbox and thereby turning antitrust on its head. Blinded by ideological skepticism of high-value technological deals and by complaints from competitors, the FTC has not only lost sight of the realities of the intensely competitive gaming industry, but also the guiding principles of our nation's antitrust laws. Like, I don't know. it's really funny when Sony comes out, out of nowhere bitching a fit, like, we're gonna lose Call of Duty. Oh,
Dude, it's because the new CEO of Sony is like actually a man-child.
yeah.
He's such an idiot.
It's honestly surprising how long this, like, the deal's gonna go through. No matter what, I can see the deal going through. I don't think the FTC's involvement's gonna change anything, but it's really everybody just bitching for no reason. I can understand the concern, but
Oh my god, what was it? Oh Jesus Christ, this was like something really funny, but I can't remember what it is now. Oh my god, what was it? Fucking... Wait, oh my god, hold up. Did I fix... I think I fixed it. Oh my god, I think I fixed it. Hold up.
Did you really?
I fixed it.
Are you
I
fucking
fixed
kidding me?
it. I fixed it. It's not echoing anymore. Let's
Fucking
go.
down again.
Anyway, so oh my god, dude, it was like something really important about Sony. I don't really know how to word this, so I might word it wrong, but
Yes.
the new CEO of Sony said that they would stop putting money into like their individual studios and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said that he didn't find value in the small indie studio games, and that he'd rather put that money into like the big AAA titles.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude?"
Oh my god. It's honestly surprising because some of their best sellers have been independent studios doing God's work to elevate Sony's reputation.
I might be misquoting that a little bit, but he said something about not putting money into smaller studios in Sony anymore because he said it was a waste of money. It was something along the lines of there's no point in backing smaller games, just back the big games. It was so stupid. I can't even remember what it was because this was like weeks ago that I heard about this. Also, the way I fixed the thing is that in my audio mixer, it was capturing the output of my mic in the audio output capture. So I was extremely confused.
Oh, I got you.
But now I'm not confused anymore. It's fixed.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm about to rage.
Why are you about to rage?
Because
Are you a
Warzone
Mario
can
Judas
suck
song?
ass.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yes.
Jesus Christ,
Oh
man.
man, we need to play Dark and Darker, by the way.
Yes,
What is that?
I just need to install it.
Okay, Levi, imagine D&D.
Okay.
But they shove you in a dungeon, and you have to make it out alive.
Okay, but like what genre is it?
Oh god.
Ooh, that's
what genre? It's kind of like a roguelike.
Okay, but is it like first person, third person, side scroller? What the fuck is it?
First person, it's like first person action-ish.
it's
It'd be
honestly
easier if I just look it up. Okay. So it is a it says it is an unforgiving hardcore first-person fantasy dungeon adventure.
Weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know what I was gonna say elsewise is that they had confirmed that Final Fantasy and future Final Fantasies were going to be exclusive for PlayStation, as well as like Silent Hill 2 remake and everything. Just a variety of games are coming out now that are going to be exclusive only to Sony, and I just really find it funny that they keep complaining.
Haven't most of the Final Fantasies been exclusive to PlayStation anyway?
Yes, because they had the deal originally when the PlayStation came out, is that they didn't have enough space on the Nintendo cartridge for the game for the Final Fantasy VII, and Sony was playing with a tech of CDs, and
There's
that's
a guy in this match called Turd Ferguson.
that's why not Final Fantasy VII, just Final Fantasy in general. Like, Square Enix had great aspirations to make very large games, and the space that was on cartridges did not afford them a lot of space.
Man, not even a chuckle.
Also, I just said there was an interview very recently with Yoshida, who's the Sony exec for the Indie Initiative, saying they're focusing a lot more on indie developers by providing the tools and resources they would need to help them get started. Wow, really? So Yoshida's that is like in direct confliction with the new CEO of Sony, who is some like American dude, because Sony's based in the US now. What's his name?
Yes, because they're trying to
Oh, maybe he just owns the US branch,
yeah.
but they're just based in the US now, so
I mean, he
I'm
doesn't
not
own the
entirely
branch.
sure.
CEO doesn't own anything.
I just want them to just look out for the consumer. That's all I want a company to do. God damn it. I'm asking too much, apparently.
No, because they based themselves in the US like last year or something.
Yes.
Is the Wikipedia not updated?
I mean,
It says they're still based in
Marcus,
Tokyo.
I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying the CEO does not own any of the company typically. I mean, they're probably a shareholder, but they can be removed anytime they don't own it.
Yeah, that is true. This is so weird. Why am I getting so much conflicting information about this now?
Well,
Because Joe Mama.
I just want PC parts to be made in the US so they're cheaper. And I just want fucking I just want gaming I love where we are right now. Like, the West and the East have been sending, like, anime is mainstream now, and I love that.
Oh yes, the East versus the West.
Yes.
And
a classic battle.
It's come to a point where we're trading, like, culture so rapidly that even if a movie is released without a dub, it's released within, like, a month now, instead of what we would have to wait usually, like, 3, 4, maybe 5 years before a dub would get released back in the day.
Okay, so I remember
Or
this
not
very
at all.
specifically. No, I remember this very specifically, but before dubs became like an established thing in the anime industry,
God, yeah.
there were fan dubs.
Oh, yeah.
And
you started talking about it. I'm like, oh, no, I know where he's going.
and the fan dubs were actually pretty good, not gonna lie.
Yes.
And their whole thing was stay faithful to what they were saying in the sub.
Yes.
Which, obviously Sony doesn't do with Funimation and Crunchyroll.
It's because
anyway.
Yeah. It's because they do that stupid culture clash thing where they try to make everything more English.
No, well, not really that. It's more like some of it is propaganda.
Yeah.
Or maybe propaganda is not the word I'm looking for.
It's
they change it for their own like
agenda.
Their own agenda. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Jesus fuck. Why couldn't I think of that? But they change it for their own agenda. And sometimes they do the whole like, we need to make this relatable. So they put like meme words in there. A good example was I can't remember what anime it was. Oh, it was the one with the don't bully me, Miss Nagatoro.
The one with the thing.
Yeah.
The anime.
It was don't bully me, Miss Nagatoro. They put in you're being really sus, senpai, instead of her saying you're being really suspicious.
Oh my god.
And people were like, what the fuck? I thought it was funny. I thought that was pretty funny. But they do a lot of stuff like that now. Fan dubs back in the day didn't do that though. They kept it very faithful.
Yeah, they try to make sure that you were getting literally everything about the story that they wanted to originally convey. That's why I was so impressed with the Fooly Cooly dub, is that they actually brought somebody over and worked very in depth with the creator of Fooly Cooly to make sure that it was, because he based Fooly Cooly on things he loved from America anyways, it was very easy to translate over.
Yeah, like pedophilia.
There's a tree growing through this house.
I'm glad that one got you, Zach.
Listen, you start dealing with giant robots and sexy women from space, and you tell me you don't get a you don't want a wonderful guitar with a shotgun in it.
Excuse me, what?
Oh, wait, what? How does that correlate with the
Fooly Cooly?
the two main characters being like almost romantically involved with each other?
No, don't worry about it, man. She's 18. And
one of them's like fucking 12 years old.
Hold on, how old is Naruto? I'm pretty sure he's 16. No, he's not 16. I think he's 15.
He is absolutely not 16. That man is like fucking baby.
Oh, he is 12.
Yeah, dude.
And Haruko's like 19. Oh. What a confusing time, now that I think about it. Naruto is probably like just entering puberty, and all of a sudden his life is flipped upside down by giant hands and robots.
Oh no. Now, dude, Naruto's a victim. Oh shit.
No.
Oh, sweet God. Oh yeah, and she also lied about her age. Haruko, dude. You remember that? She said she was 16 in the anime.
Yeah.
She actually was 19. Oh, sweet Jesus.
I'm getting facts from Bacon that she was 18. I thought she was 19, but I could be wrong. I did also immediately say that she was 18, so I don't know anymore.
Can we get some Fs in the chat for Naruto? My
Yeah.
man's a victim.
My man's taking too many L's. His entire anime is and 19. Okay, she claims to be 19 and is labeled as 16 during interview snapshots in Progressive. Okay. So they tried to go back on the creepy vibe later on in the later ones.
Didn't Progressive receive like mixed reviews as well?
So here's my problem. I love Fooly Cooly, as stated by the by the username. I still have not watched Progressive or oh god, it's Progressive and
the other one is Progressive 2.
Progressive
No, just
2.
kidding.
The Progressive naming. No, it's Progressive, and then there's 2 more coming out after the. I just don't know what the fucking
It's alternative.
Alternative. There we go.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what the fuck anybody's talking about anymore.
Fooly Cooly was like an OG anime back in the day. It was airing on Toonami.
Yes,
it
late
was
at
airing
night.
Around the same time as Inuyasha and Cowboy Bebop.
Oh god, it aired. Okay, it aired September 12th, 2006.
Ew.
I only know that because that's my first anime that I actually considered an actual anime. I didn't consider One Piece, Dragon Ball, or Pokemon or anything like that actual anime because they were too mainstream as cartoons.
Also, I just said, didn't they announce like 3 different series for Fooly Cooly coming out, like Grunge and Shoegaze or something?
Yes.
I actually have no idea.
Buster is correct.
Zach knows. Yeah.
We actually talked about it on the podcast. I was so excited.
Mm-hmm.
Two plate armor vests finally.
I loved Fooly Cooly when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. It was so weird when they announced Progressive. I was excited, and I just never watched it.
Dude, I was there at MomoCon in South Carolina when they did the first announcement for it. And I got to see the actual premiere trailer and everything, and I watched it. It was fantastic and everything. All I could think was, all right, I'm going to watch this the moment it comes out, but I'm going to wait for it. And then all the reviews were middling at best, and it sort of just took the wind out of my sails.
Wait, they had a MomoCon in South Kakalaki?
The fuck did you just say?
Hold on, let me see where MomoCon takes place. Because I'm pretty sure it's in South Carolina. I gotta check. Hold on. Let me see.
And You've mixed up North and South Carolina before.
Never mind,
You've
it's in
mixed them up
Atlanta,
before.
Georgia. It's over that area, though.
Oh, sweet God.
Good. I just got the area right. I didn't mix up 2 states. I feel
Man.
a lot better about that.
How are you so bad with geography? I remember whenever you and Kazu were gonna come through my state.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, you guys should like come over, and you're like, oh man, we can't. It's not on the way. And I was like, yes, it is. It's literally like on the way to the airport there.
Yeah.
And you had confused my state with a completely different state.
Dude.
And you guys could have stopped by, and I was like, what the fuck? How did you confuse these two?
Listen, I don't know how my brain works. It just doesn't.
I thought it was pretty funny.
But yeah, next time I want to go to MomoCon, I will pick you up and we can go to a convention.
Easy. But
it's not far away. I knew it was like, if I remember correctly, we looked it up and it was like a 30-minute drive to get to you. Not a 30-minute, like a 2-hour. How close is Atlanta to you?
Oh God, you're asking the wrong man.
No.
I know for a fact though that you guys were driving straight through.
Yeah.
Oh, you were going to go through the big city near me.
Yes.
And that's why I was like, well, you might as well just come see me.
Yes. And we didn't have time.
We did the opposite of that.
Yeah. I loved MomoCon for a good time, and then I also hated it because Andrew got taken away from me the entire fucking weekend.
Oh yeah, didn't they dress him up in
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So my stepsister's husband, his cousin was at MomoCon.
Mm-hmm.
And we hung out at their wedding and everything. She's really cool. She's into anime and everything. And her and her friends were there doing cosplays, but one of her friends couldn't make it. And most of them were doing gender-bent boy groups and everything.
Oh.
So it was really funny. They just took Andrew away from me.
I remember now. Yeah, they made him dress up as Prompto.
Yeah, and he had to stay with them like the entire weekend. And all I did was go around and confuse a lot of famous people because everybody was thinking that I had met them before. Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
The
Well, continue, but blah.
No.
I don't know if your
So-
question is relating to me.
I usually cosplay as well when I go to anime conventions and shit. But I didn't really have a whole lot of like. Okay, so since I don't like quilt or sew or anything, finding good anime cosplays for reasonable prices online are like it's kind of difficult. At least for me, because I don't really know anywhere.
Do you
But-
consider not being ass?
Listen here, buddy. I could kiss your mother anytime I wanted to. Nothing's stopping me. But I don't. You know why? It's because I respect you. Anyway.
Weird.
But I cosplayed as a Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul and oh my god, Makoto Yuki from Persona 3.
All right.
There's a computer monitor here in this office in Warzone
Mhm.
with no actual computer.
So
Very nice.
it's really weird. They had 4 like really large con bags that you could get at MomoCon. But the thing that really confused me is all the voice actors for Fulikuli were there when I was looking at who was going to be guests, and then when we arrived, they were handing out Fulikuli bags.
You still have holy shit.
Yeah. I've never like touched this thing since that weekend in which I got the voice actor for Haruko and Naota to sign a Blu-ray copy of Fulikuli. And
Actually, you know, I wonder what Haruko's voice actor is voiced in.
she's actually voiced in quite a bit. There was actually quite a lot at the con, and I really enjoyed going. Every single person I talked to who was famous, even like Matt and Liam from Super Best Friends and stuff, every single person that I met that week who was famous said the exact same thing. Don't I know you from somewhere? It was such a
Jesus.
weird weekend.
What the Hold on. Okay, so the voice actor of Haruko, Mayumi, has voiced in the Gridman series, Wonder Egg Priority, which Wonder Egg is very close to my heart, even though they absolutely butchered that ending. Like, dude, Wonder Egg Priority's ending is probably one of the worst endings I've ever seen in an anime.
Oh
That's
man.
impressive, because anime is pretty bad.
This is coming from the dude who finished Attack on Titan and now he's trying to find something else he wants to watch.
Nah.
Mr. I can't wait for them to bring Levi to Fortnite so I can so I can play as a Levi.
That's hilarious. Okay.
Levi playing as a Levi in Fortnite.
Okay, so Levi, you'll appreciate this one. I got a signature from Doug Cockle, who is the voice of Geralt Riviera.
Nice.
Nice.
I just got fucked up by yet another squad because I was in the corner of a bedroom and this guy walked in and was just staring at me with a fucking rifle and he didn't say anything and I fired off a round because he spooked me.
Then we have
And he just unloaded an entire fucking magazine into my body.
You got shit on, man. Also, you just got roasted in chat. Aegis said, I can't believe the Newgrounds Flash Game Wizard is talking smack on anime.
Now, listen here.
we should definitely get you like an official PNG or something at some point.
Said, Bro probably thinks that they'll finish Berserk. I think they will finish Berserk because without what's his name? I can't remember his fucking name, but without him, I feel like they feel obligated to finish it now.
I think there are two ways this could go.
I don't think they can carry it on for very long until they run out of like, you know, it's like finishing something that someone has left behind for you.
I know.
You can't just like eventually you run out of stuff to do for it.
I know his best friend took over and he knows what the ending's supposed to be, so it's guiding it along those tracks. They also have tons of material from him, just nothing directly drawn. And from what I've heard, the drawing styles of the new people aren't bad. And so I think they will finish it. And if not, the place that the last chapter came out, they already said was a good stopping point anyways. It doesn't feel like it's the end of the story, but it feels like if it's going to end, there would be a decent place to do it.
Also, this is like pretty funny. Haruko's voice actor has voiced in Kill la Kill, right? She voiced Nonon, which is pretty cool, but this is the better part. She voiced a Wooper in approximately 7 different Pokemon anime and movies.
Oh, that's funny because I had the voice actor for Lucario's signature.
Oh, make that 8.
Sean
She's voiced
Schemmel.
Wooper in damn near everything.
Damn. Let's see, who else do I have in this wonderful stack of voice actors? I got Nolan North because he was there. Default bitch boy for Desmond.
I really want them to announce ReZero Season 3 so bad.
Soon. It'll happen. It's such a popular show.
I hope so. Dude, no, next arc is Pleiades Tower, which is, in my opinion, the best arc so far. And man, I want it so bad.
What kind of name is Pleiades?
Have you never heard of the Pleiades constellation?
No.
Man, look at this dude. Doesn't even know his constellations.
Man.
Sorry, I'm not a fucking astrology nerd.
Dude, I haven't looked at these signatures in a while. I should really get some nice cases to keep them good.
Why do I keep getting really fucking shit spawns?
I guess that's why I kept them in the bag.
Warzone.
I kept them between 2 of the Momocon magazines so they would remain straight, and I kept them in a black bag so the light wouldn't get to the signatures. I got Alucards. Let's see, Mr. Satan and, oh god damn it, Boo. And I even got the one dude that I was excited most to see, Richard Edgar.
Who?
The voice of Bobo Bobo.
Oh
God.
my god.
Oh, yo, you remember Kitsuru Bami from Fully Cooley, Zach?
Yes.
The
No.
She's like the tan girl.
Yes,
with the blonde hair.
I immediately
Yeah.
know who you're talking about.
Yeah. She was my favorite character. I'm trying to see who her voice actor voiced in. She voiced Sawada Mio in To Love Ru.
To anybody who is attached to Love Ru, we know why you're there.
Oh my god, she voiced Timo Timo from Gokujo.
Just to let you know, Levi, if you ever want a very lighthearted rom-com, To Love Ru is a good place to start.
Honestly, just read the manga.
No, I'm not going to do that.
He won't
Too
read.
bad.
He's not going to watch it either.
Oh shit, she voiced Akiya in Mushishi.
But okay, but Levi, just like Conan, To Love Ru has a lot of plot.
I mean, I don't doubt it. I just don't want to watch it.
I heard that exuberant sigh, Marcus. Am I wrong?
Man, it's so weird having. Okay, so Eminence and Shadow,
Yeah.
the light novel, did not have a whole lot of fan service, right?
Yeah.
My man, the
Dude.
anime is going fucking crazy with the fan service.
It does not stop. It literally keeps delivering fan service to you every step of the way.
It is interesting.
It is even funnier because it's like, you know what? He has another girl now. Did you know that? No, I didn't. Cool. I'm glad he has this ace hit assassin group.
Wait, how far are you right now? By the way?
Hold on. I can tell you exactly where I am.
Have you met Aurora?
Yes.
Long purple hair,
Yes.
mole under her eye.
Yeah.
Wow, you're pretty far then.
Yes.
Damn.
I'm pretty far. A anime that me and Bree just watched was The Black Summoner, and I think you
Sounds
would enjoy
familiar.
that. If you haven't watched it, it's a good watch.
You should watch Reincarnated as a Sword with Brie. Oh, I know this anime. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is on my watch list.
It is a good anime. I've been keeping up with the manga. It is one of the
And
manga
if you watch it, you'll be on the FBI's watch list.
What, Black
No,
Summoner?
that's Boku no Pico.
That is definitely on the FBI's watch list. There are forbidden animes out there that nobody's allowed to touch, and Boku no Pico
I've got
is
the
one of
box set.
them.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but
Okay, man, I've got the box set. FBI can't touch me.
It's like the most depraved anybody can be.
I don't know. I've
mean-
hung around Marcus long enough to know it's probably not the case.
Hi, how are you?
I'm laughing. I'm like trying to figure out where I put Liam and God, I can't even remember his name now. And Matt's signatures, and then I looked up at my Switch case and I remembered during the con, it was near the first time when the Switch was released, and the Switch is a fantastic console to have during a con, because if you're waiting in a long line to get somebody to sign something, it's really nice to be able to play Mario Kart 8.
Holy shit!
Huh.
Bleach 1,000-year war or 100-year. Wait, is it 1,000 or 100?
1,000.
I think it's 1,000. Yeah.
Mhm.
Bleach 1,000-year war has almost beat Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. As far as score goes.
Damn.
Brotherhood's at a 9.11 and Bleach is at 9.10.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Coming out of nowhere. Dude, you want to know why everybody is watching that? Just because of the actual artist coming out saying, I'm working with them, we're including things that I could not get into the manga. You guys are going to get the full story through this.
You wanna know something interesting that I found out recently?
Hmm.
You know Ryoni Kenshin?
Yes.
The author of Ryoni Kenshin
Yeah.
was arrested with so much CP on his PC that they actually,
CPPC.
yeah, they thought that he was a distributor.
Ooh.
And you know what happened?
What?
He didn't get arrested.
How do you not get
They let
arrested
him
for that?
off. They let him off with like a slap on the wrist. I think he had to pay a fine or some shit.
How do you just get fined for child pornography?
I don't know, dude. It's fucking crazy though. They let him off with a slap on the wrist, and he's perfectly fine. He's like coming out with the new anime for his series and everything, and
My
people are
God.
trying to boycott it.
My
But
God.
you know what's even crazier?
Huh?
The author of what was it? Was it Death Note? It was
I
a really popular series. He got into some big trouble for possession of weed, and it actually just ruined his career. He lost all of his job opportunities because he was caught smoking weed.
dude, it's
But
honestly
the dude who has like so much CP on his computer that he's
it
damn near
was Death
he's
Note.
yeah. But the dude with so much CP on his computer that they thought he was a distributor is just like the cops are just like, nah, man, you're fine, you're good,
Okay,
keep doing your thing, pal.
it was the
Like, what the
composer
fuck?
as well.
The composer as well. Poor
No,
guys.
it was the composer of Death Note who got arrested. He wasn't the author, he was just the composer.
Oh, okay.
Dude, they take weed and drugs. Like, I understand taking drugs so seriously, but like weed is just a funny one to me. Just as a concept of why it is illegal and then why everybody freaks out about it. I can understand if you're trying to, I don't know, not affect anybody's brains, or if you want to have everybody develop as a full adult and then you want to allow adults to smoke it. I don't give a shit. But it's just a really weird thing that is just off the table. As an entire country that focuses on drinking herbs, it's really funny that they don't like smoking them either.
Japan is relatively conservative when it comes to
Relatively conservative.
well, I say
Relatively conservative. Japan.
I say relatively because it's very weird. It's not conservative in the sense of like the US. It's like there are a lot of people in Japan who are perfectly fine with transgender people,
Yes.
but then they're racist.
So hold on, I gotta point out what Buster just said. Did you guys see that they're animating the continuation of Initial D called MF Ghost? I did not know
I
that,
did.
and I'm excited.
I
Damn.
I knew about that. I think I talked about it with Kazu a little bit.
God, and I
I don't
love.
remember who I talked about that with.
Oh my God! So at the same convention, they had the Initial D Infinite cabins because they had just imported them and they were starting to get around, and I just remembered. My favorite thing was I spent way too much time in those cabinets because they had a 24/7 arcade. So, because Andrew was gone all the time and I had nothing fucking better to do, is I just went and constantly played the Initial D cabinets. I inevitably scored the top score on the first one, won a tournament, and then just was known throughout the convention hall for the rest of it. It was glorious.
I'm still upset that the convention I went to recently, I forgot my Smash controller they were doing at Ultimate Tournament.
Ooh.
Man, it was so... This is gonna, like, sound really rude, but everyone there sucked ass. The dude who won was a Cloud, and dude, it was like some of the worst gameplay I think I've ever seen. But then again, it was like kind of a local level, I guess, so I'm not too surprised.
So
But everyone there was playing like they had just picked up the game.
Dude, that sucks when you're looking at just people you know are worse than you at something and you can't go up there and show them all up.
Well, it wasn't really that. I mean, I wanted to participate because I wanted to see how far I could get. But it's like also a slap to the face to watch the tournament and then come to realize that everyone there was like really bad.
So, fun fact, apparently if you throw a throwing knife at a car door on DMZ,
Yeah.
car door will just fall off.
All right, that's good to know.
Because I just pressed E to get into this car thinking it was Fortnite, and I threw a throwing knife and the door just fucking falls off.
Heroic.
I like to think that some dude's gonna try to drive away next time and we're gonna throw a knife at him and the door's just gonna fall off.
God, I feel that.
Let the bots take care of him with their fucking auto aim.
That's me whenever I go and take a shit.
Wait, hold on.
You can take that however you want.
All right.
I'm not explaining it.
All right, I'll continue it on then.
But yeah. Also, Fawn makes a pretty decent point. Well, I want to reiterate on it a little bit as well.
Okay.
People in Japan are like conservative in how they interact with people.
Yes.
A lot of the time, they're very like reserved. They don't really talk to other people
Yeah,
unless they have to.
people will
And
just
they're
hand out
also
business cards instead and then continue about their day and then contact you
Mhm.
later.
typically they're also very polite to each other, so they don't really wear their emotions on their sleeve. Whereas in the U.S., if you like look at someone wrong, they will beat your ass.
So
Especially in places like California, dude.
Marcus, rewatching back through King of the Hill because that's what Bree likes to fall asleep. We arrived
My
at the
favorite anime.
favorite anime. We arrived at the episode where Hank goes to Japan with his father to find out he had a long lost son.
Yeah.
And it's so funny the entire episode because it describes exactly how reserved everybody is in Japan and everything. And just Hank going around going, I will kick your ass if you fucking get in my way.
God.
Holy shit, I got a fucking X-Fill.
Such a good episode.
I can't believe it, I got an X-Fill. On
Uh,
the one game that I didn't manage to find a fucking big backpack.
So speaking of Fortnite, because you accidentally throw knives, uh, we already know about the lawsuit about them having to pay $520 million.
You
Yeah.
know that's going to reimburse people.
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
And it's really funny to me because I can tell Epic doesn't care. Later on,
Yeah, it's like a fucking
drop
like,
it in the bucket. Yeah.
yeah.
It's just really funny to them because I know they think it's stupid and I know we think it's stupid, but it's kind of it's a weird situation.
I think it's deserved, but not for the right reasons, I guess.
Yes.
Because the people who made the lawsuit were a couple of selfish fucking stupid ass parents who didn't know how to raise their kids. But it just so happened that they had other good reasons to make the lawsuit besides, hey, my kid plays this game too much.
What was it I said earlier in the week? Here, hold on. Well, they could both get fucked, and their kids will still suck, and they will still be bad parents.
Exactly. Also, Aegis said, isn't Japan's culture more that they focus mostly on working long hours and less on socializing, while in America they try to socialize more than they work? So, I mean, okay, I can't, like, speak for Japan because I don't live in Japan, and everything I know is, like, surface level, right?
We would
So
love to visit Japan.
take everything I say with a grain of salt. At the end of the day, I don't live there, I have never been there, I don't know the people. You get me, right? I mean, I have some Japanese friends, but
Yes.
that doesn't tell me
That doesn't
anything.
correlate over
Yeah.
to actual knowledge.
It's not like I pick up everything about Japan from them.
What?
But anyway,
Don't-
so Japan's culture is very or well, as far as I know, Japan's culture is very like keep to yourself.
Hey, Marcus, I'm gonna let you finish, but
Yeah. I swear to
gotta
God,
go.
if you say something about
Yeah.
Warzone,
No,
I'm
he's
gonna
got to go
fucking-
for work.
Oh, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I gotta get going.
Yeah, you have a good one, boss.
Adios,
Yeah.
buddy.
See you, my
hope work goes
dudes.
well.
Adios.
I don't think it will,
Well-
but yeah, here's hoping.
Hog. Now I gotta remove
See
his
ya.
thing.
Oh
There we
man,
go.
it's great because his thing is reactive on mine, so it just disappears automatically once he's gone.
Beautiful. But anyway,
Continue.
in the US, it's really weird because there's a lot of pushback, or there's a lot of pushing between companies and the working force,
Mhm.
or the workforce. So it really depends on where you live in the US is wherever the culture or what the culture is going to be. Like where I live, everyone here would rather be homeless than to be like slave labor underneath a company. But in some other places, people would rather devote themselves to their work than
make sure everybody gets fair treatment across the board and everything.
yeah, it's like grind culture, I guess, versus
Yes.
versus
Amazon.
like relaxation culture, whatever it is.
We have the perfect example, Amazon. They've grinded through the entire workforce, and by 2025, they don't know if they're going to have enough workers to sustain Amazon. Or think it was 2023.
You can't force your fucking podcast topics in here like that.
No, I'm saying that was a previous one. I'm just saying the perfect example was Amazon because they have that culture.
Yeah, it is a good example.
Don't you fucking try to high road me. We've already talked about that. I'm just telling you.
Whoa. I'm not trying to high road anybody. I was low roading you.
How dare you try to go under me? This is the type of culture that we don't like.
Yeah, the US. This is probably also true for Japan, but the US is like different depending on where you live.
Yeah.
Like, everything's different. Like, if you live in Texas, the culture and
the way people hold themselves is a lot different.
Yeah, the culture and the people in Texas are going to be vastly different compared to the culture and people in New York. And it's because the U.S. is a melting pot of different cultures and other shit.
And everybody has moved in various directions due to, oh my god, the United States is about 26 times bigger than Japan.
It's also why people over here are outspoken fucking losers, too.
It's honestly, it's like...
Everyone thinks that their culture is the one that needs to be fucking respected, and no one respects anybody else's culture.
The problem,
and it just breeds toxicity. That's why it's all on Twitter.
The one problem that I hate the most, it's the what is it when you acquire somebody's cultural appropriation. But it's like a good portion of examples of that in everyday life aren't.
A lot of the cultural appropriation things I see are used in very incorrect context, I think.
Yes.
Like, there's a huge difference between respecting a culture and enjoying a culture or wanting to partake in a culture.
Yeah.
And flat out just being like...
absolutely racist about it. Fucking... just...
yeah, or just taking that culture and using it for personal gain.
Insulting it in ways.
Like, I think a good example is, this happened a while back. There was this post on Twitter, and of course everything happens on Twitter, as you know.
Yes.
But there was this post on Twitter of a girl who was wearing a yukata, or kimono? I think yukata is the guy version, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But they were wearing one of the, like...
yes.
festival type outfits, and someone called them out for cultural appropriation, and literally like every comment was someone from Japan saying this isn't cultural appropriation, we actually want them to do this. Like, it's cool that foreigners enjoy our culture.
Yeah, like when somebody's sharing in the style of dress and not being like overly insulting about it, or you're just enjoying aspects of a different culture, it's very enriching into the populace. I just don't know why the internet is flawed in so many ways.
People want their internet points.
Yes.
That's really all it boils down to. Fucking dang, I had another really good one, but I forgot what it was. On the topic of Twitter, though, did you see that they added views to your tweets?
Or that they briefly banned links to other social media sites?
Dude, oh my god, when I saw that, I was like, there's no way this decision is gonna stay.
Nope, it was immediately gotten rid of. I saw the view.
You know that was an Elon decision, too.
Yeah.
And you know what? I guarantee you, I know the exact reason why they were trying to do that.
Twitter's failing, and they don't want anybody going to any other fucking social media sites.
Yeah, because Elon does, answer is performative activism. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But Elon, I think Elon's whole game plan, and he's, like, dumb as shit, by the way, but his whole game plan was to say Like, if he says that Twitter's doing well, then people will think that Twitter's doing well. But then he goes and implements updates that prove that Twitter's not doing well. Like, the whole, hey, you can't have links to other websites. That was, like, the most clear-cut way of him saying that Twitter is dying.
Yep. I wonder what the next one's going to be. I wonder where we're going from here, because right now a lot of people, even famous people, are staying on Twitter because you can connect very easily with other people around the world. But where do we go from here?
Oh, I hope that Tom from MySpace becomes the CEO. That would be really cool.
That would be cool. I would love Tom, or the fact that fucking Snoop Dogg threw in his hat. I would love for Snoop Dogg to run Twitter.
It's so funny because everyone was saying that Snoop Dogg would probably do a pretty okay job.
Yeah, right? I can't imagine Snoop Dogg doing a bad job running Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Kind of surprised the views are public and not more of a private thing to help creators, businesses, or whatever figure out what's getting views and what's not. Yeah, the really interesting thing, I don't know if this is like specific to the VTuber scene or not,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of VTubers are really upset with the views thing, and I think it's because a lot of them are fucking insecure.
Probably.
Like, literally, you don't even have to like really look at your statistics or anything. You can ignore it if you want to.
Well,
But what happens is they'll post something and they'll be like, "Oh man, I have 5 likes. Oh, but it has like 100 views and only 5 people liked it." It's like, yeah, and
yeah.
like
That's how
if
the internet
anything,
works.
yeah, it's like if anything, you can just use that to measure what your community likes and what your community doesn't like. It's a tool to help you grow.
Well,
It's not supposed to make you feel like shit. If it makes you feel like shit, then you probably have some like underlying issues.
that probably speaks more about the the psychology behind why somebody would why somebody would become a VTuber instead of like an actual camera person.
Well, I don't think it's fair to say that VTubers are
No, I'm not
more
saying
prone to be mentally ill, but
No, I'm not saying more prone to be mentally ill. I'm saying more likely to be insecure in the way that they're trying to hide their appearance or in some way and trying to pass off the ideal version or a various version of themselves.
I think that
Why?
a lot of different VTubers have a lot of different reasons. Like for me, it's just because I thought it'd be cool to have an avatar. I don't give a fuck about like if
Yeah.
people know what I look like.
You've
But
streamed
for other
before, you've
people-
shown yourself on camera. I'm talking about other
Yeah.
people who are just like,
For other people, usually it's a security concern. That's
Yeah.
the big thing. Also, a lot of people got into VTubing because of what's it called? This isn't the term I'm looking for, but because of how popular it was, they saw how well VTubers were doing. They're like, "Oh man, that I can do that.
yeah.
It's easy." And then they get into it, and then they graduate like a year or two later when they realize that they're not growing, and that content creation really is just an RNG game, and you have to also make yourself stand out from other people.
You have to be constantly on the grind, and if you're not, you fall behind. I didn't mean for
Exactly.
that
I
to
like
rhyme.
that. Wow, that was pretty good. I like that. Yeah, I don't think that it's like necessarily an insecurity concern or
It's-
anything like that.
I'm saying that a good portion of VTubers could be insecure about possibly the way they look or anything. I'm just saying the fact of using a model can come with a variety of reasons, but mainly to not show yourself for a variety of reasons.
I think I could agree with that. Yeah, because I guess that also ties into security concerns and stuff like that.
Yeah, security concerns, or if you're insecure about yourself, or a variety of other reasons it could be. Could not have a webcam, blah, blah, blah. It's easier to do stuff, blah.
The VTuber space is also really good for girls
Yes.
because
Oh, God,
it provides
it's...
it provides them. Let me continue before you start, because I know exactly what you're thinking, and no, because it provides them not only like a relatively safe space to
Yes.
create a community, but it also provides them security.
Yes.
And also, VTubing is like probably the closest that they've gotten to be recognized as streamers on the same level as most of the top streamers on Twitch.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the top streamers on Twitch are guys, and
Yes.
a lot of girls have not been able to reach that level. But people like Iron Mouse and them,
Yeah.
they kill it, dude. They kill it as VTubers. And I'm not entirely sure why it took VTubing to put girls up there with the fucking like 50 dudes in the top
All right.
50 or whatever.
All right, so I'm about to say
But-
something controversial, as I usually do.
Oh god.
Now, hold
What
on.
is it?
I think it's mainly that I think streaming space, you go by either your looks, your attitude, or just your overall demeanor. And one of the things that original streaming did not allow girls to lean too heavily. Oh, well, no, it did. I was going to say their looks. I don't know. Like, I just don't know why most of the guys. Well, no, we do know exactly why. Most of the market was saturated with men. Most of the people who watch YouTube videos, most of the guys who are exploring the internet were just guys.
Well, I would say it's 50-50.
Well, it can be 50-50 now. I'm just saying back in the
Because-
day, it was heavily male-oriented back in the day for the internet, where, like, viewership for certain things was...
Ironically, I don't even know if that's true because it was marketed that way, but it wasn't proven that that was how it was.
It could have
It
been...
was because the internet, like video games, that kind of stuff, it was marketed mainly towards guys because they thought
Yes.
that was the demographic that would be enjoying
game
video
content and
games.
everything, and we've expanded it out now.
It was like a gender norm type thing, right?
Yes. We reached...
But now they're like, oh, girls also like playing video games. It's like, no shit.
Yes, and
Like, who the
that's...
fuck? Are
That's,
you kidding me?
that's why I'm glad Twitch and all of them are expanding their categories out away from gaming and everything, because it allows for people to thrive in other spaces that are not male dominated, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, it was baffling to me that both Ludwig and Cutie Cinderella were on the best streamer thing, or the best streamer for Game of the Year,
Oh yeah.
because
Which like
they're like dating. And it feels like, I don't know, the rest of the people there it felt like there probably could have been somebody else, but I don't know.
I didn't know like anybody on that list besides Ludwig and I think one more person. So
Nebellion.
you know.
Nebellion was on there.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right, Nebellion. Yeah, I literally only knew Nebellion and Ludwig. So, but
I also think that most male streamers got in on it, or most male creators got in on the internet early in the day, like Smosh, Markiplier, Captain Sparkles. Like, I don't believe that the market... I know it's marketed that way, but I also think that a vast majority of people who were focusing on gaming were only guys in early YouTube.
I would argue that it was about the same, but it really boils down to like personal bias.
Yeah.
Like back then, we only saw guys because we were into guy things, right?
Yeah.
And if you were a girl on the internet who was into girl stuff, right? You would really only see girl content aside from like the occasional like Smosh video or PewDiePie
True.
or whatever.
I think it's...
A lot of the
Yeah.
like quote unquote girl content was like makeup stuff or like really random shit like Boxy, if you remember Boxy.
Yeah, and it's fine. I'm just saying that I don't know what the right way to put it, where the space just was... I guess it's just that. It was marketed, and the way we were presented with it for us was mainly that it was a guy thing. And that's just continued for a little bit longer, and now we have actual female creators who are just rising above. and
Yes.
not on OnlyFans. Actually putting in work and doing things. Though I guess having sex is putting in work. Technically, any physical activity is establishing work in science.
Man, I wish that sex workers didn't get so much shit.
Dude, I love
They're
Australia.
literally just doing a job.
Dude, the moment
fuck?
I wish we had something like Australia where everything is protected for sex workers. I'm not saying I would go to a sex worker. I'm just saying I would rather them have better working conditions.
Dude, the worst part is like all those people that like talk shit about them.
Yeah.
They only do that because they're like, oh, I can't have that person.
Yeah.
It's like, uh, what, my dude? You're literally like fucking 45 years old, living in like the dungeon.
I can understand that feeling of if you're dating someone and you find out right now before they pass anything that the girl or woman you're dating, woman you're dating. I don't know why I added a fucking asterisk right there. The woman you're dating is like an escort or something. It kind of is a turn away for the person.
Well, I think escort is way different.
I know, but I'm saying there's no like legal. You're not going to. I'm not going to say like, hey, you're dating someone, you find out they're a hooker. You're going to be like, you gross, and then you want to skedaddle. I'm just saying, I didn't know of a nicer title.
I feel like it would be kind of difficult for them to hide that they were a hooker, right?
No.
Would it be?
I don't think it would be hard to hide it. People are really good at deception, and that's because of the years that humans have existed. Sex work is the oldest form of profession that kept this forsaken species going. They deserve a hell of a lot. Yeah, it has been.
Zach, you say that, but I know an autistic person when I see one. Like 100% of the time. Okay, 90%.
What, is she going to give a blowjob too cleanly? And you'll be like, aha, I know what you are. I've discovered it. What?
Are insanely good at deceiving others. I agree with that, but you have to like put in extra work
to deceive someone.
To keep that kind of thing from someone, I feel like.
The first step to telling a lie is believing it yourself. Autism
and hookers don't really correlate.
No, they don't.
They correlate in the opposite, I guess. Because I feel like it's harder to be a hooker if you have autism.
Okay. Straight up, if somebody is wearing it depends on what they're doing. If a woman is standing on a corner with a very nice dress, or a guy could be wearing a very nice revealing suit, revealing his abs or whatever the fuck, and standing on a corner, I could probably tell if they're not crossing the street that they are selling sex.
I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure how difficult it would be, or I don't know, like, whether it would be more difficult or less difficult for an autistic person to be a hooker. Because now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, oh, well, you can mask your personality to fit the person that you're with. But on the flip side, I guess it depends on their sensitivities.
That brings a new meaning to Daily Special.
Oh my god. What? What? Autistic people don't just feel fucking different sensitivities every day. What?
I'm sorry, I wanted
to
make
the trying for this.
I was just making a joke about autistic people being special because we are.
Wait, we are? Excuse me, are you diagnosed?
Well,
that's right, buddy. I'm the only diagnosed one here. You shut your mouth.
Well, I had multiple personality disorder. Is that good enough?
The fuck?
Yeah. You never knew?
That's not on the spectrum, but the what?
No, you never.
When did this happen?
Oh man, when I was okay, so when I was younger and my dad passed away, it really broke me as a person.
Damn, he really put himself inside you, didn't he?
And shut up. Anyways, a long time. It took quite a bit of time, and I was faced with a lot of anger and stuff back then. And going to a therapist, I was diagnosed with multiple personality disorder. I just inevitably was able to recombine the core.
Did you did you only see a therapist? Because a therapist can't legally diagnose you.
No, I went to a therapist because of my dad passing away, and then I went to a psychologist and got
Oh,
diagnosed. Yes.
okay, I see.
I went to both. I was
Okay,
there.
good.
No, yeah.
Because there is this thing that people do where a therapist will tell them, oh, I mean, like,
No. I
you
went
show
to go.
symptoms for this, and
Yeah.
then they're like, oh man, I've been diagnosed.
I went
So,
to go get it confirmed afterwards. But it was such a wild time just and anyways, should we just continue on with the topics? I don't like talking
well,
about it.
Aegis asked, what about that Kazu or Levi person? Are they diagnosed? I don't think Levi has been to a doctor to check for any mental disorders.
Kazu has definitely.
I don't know if Kazu's diagnosed with autism, though. I think Kazu said he was diagnosed with ADHD?
Yes.
Was that it? Which has a lot of overlap with autism, and you're actually more likely to have both autism and ADHD than you are to only have one. It's like a 50% to 70% chance.
And it's kind of the way Andrew presents himself to people that gives it away more.
Yeah, it's I mean, I could see Kazu having autism, like Asperger's, but I don't know if he's like diagnosed with Asperger's or anything. I think he's only diagnosed with ADHD,
Yeah.
which is really funny because I'm only diagnosed with Asperger's.
And
They didn't test me for ADHD.
and I'm OCD, which is hilarious that we have like two opposites.
Hmm. OCD has a few overlap with the spectrum.
Oh God.
Which doesn't mean that
No,
you
I know,
have it.
I know I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying
Okay,
some of the
good.
things I say are autistic.
I mean, same. That's just because I got it. I
Yeah.
got the tism. Also, for like reference, I was going to college to be a psychologist. That's why I know like a fair amount of stuff. I'm not a doctor. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. Science is always changing.
Oh my God, my buddy's been calling me up and asking for legal advice. Legal advice.
Legal device.
Legal
What does he
advice.
want? He wants a gun?
No, he's been asking for legal advice because he got into a fight with a friend and they're no longer friends or anything. And it's so funny to me because he's talking to me about it, and randomly I was just like, hey, I'm not a lawyer, but I have gone through a lot of cases to help people during college. So I just want to let you know I would bring this up to your lawyer, and I offered a point. They had, when they were at the hospital getting checked out and everything after the fight, they were being all buddy because they were drunk as shit. And an officer came there just to make sure that everything was okay. And I told him, you should probably get the statement from that officer, because if this dude is coming back at you and trying to get you thrown in jail for the fight, but at the time he was being all buddy at the hospital, that cop's statement will probably be of great value to you. And he's just like, oh shit, yeah, I'll take that up to my lawyer. And I'm like, yeah, cool. And then he called me later and he's like, do you have anything else? And I'm like, no. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not working your case. I've only represented myself in court.
Interesting.
Depending on the person.
Yeah, I don't know the correlation between people with autism and sex work. Maybe it is just it probably does just depend on the person, because every person on the spectrum has, okay, they call it a spectrum because you have different sensitivities to different things, right?
Maybe it's nice
And so like my sensitivities are oh my god, I can't even remember what they were. I need to read my documents again, but I had trouble with communication when I was younger, and I had trouble with expression, I believe. I can't remember exactly, but it was definitely communication because I had to take classes to learn how to talk and also communicate correctly. What are you laughing at? Are you good?
It's just funny you saying, I now know how to communicate, and then we constantly complain that we don't know how to talk to each other clearly.
Okay, but that's because okay. You see, the reason is because
We're all
everything
autistic.
everything I say is very literal, and then every time someone reads what I say, they just tell me exactly what I said right back to me. And then I'm sitting there like, what the fuck do they mean? I literally just said this. Why are they arguing?
You know, Marcus, you're right.
God, man. It happens every time. Whenever any of us get into an argument, it's always like...
We're all saying the same exact fucking thing.
Or, and this is my favorite one. My favorite one is whenever we like prove that we're right.
Yeah.
And then the other one doubles down.
Yeah, like, I'm right. What do you want? And then we just keep putting energy into something we shouldn't be.
God, dude. We're so toxic to each other.
It's great. It's fantastic.
It's pretty funny. There's nothing funnier than being toxic on the internet.
It's so great. We're all friends for good reasons, I swear.
So true.
Anyways, to update everybody on a lighter note, the Steam sale is going on for the winter.
No one gives a flying fig.
That's a bullshit, but that's a bull-faced lie.
I guess people with money for it.
Yeah. I'm just letting everybody know that the Steam summer sale, or the Steam winter sale, sorry. I was going to say everybody looks forward to the summer sale and the winter sale. The fact that the winter sale is here, everybody usually looks forward to it if they had any games sitting in their wish lists or anything.
Yeah.
And it's going on till January 5th, so that'll be well after Christmas. So whatever money that you want to throw down on a game, blah. Fun is also poor. I really want to play Sekiro and DS3. Man, that sucks for you, because I own both.
I really did not like Sekiro.
Sekiro is a weird one. You either like it or you don't because of the mechanics of it.
Yeah, I liked the story and everything as far as I played it, but the gameplay made me want to like commit arson. Okay, so FromSoft is like known for making games where it's like play your own way, right?
Yes.
And then they made Sekiro, which is like very linear. You have to play a certain way, and if you don't, you're going to die probably.
Yeah,
I picked up Sekiro, and I tried playing it like any of
Dark
their
Souls.
other games.
You can't.
Yeah. Yeah, and I got my ass handed to me.
It was so funny. I told Andrew, you either pick up Sekiro immediately and you know what you're doing, or it kicks your ass into the dirt because you're not used to the mechanics. And he looked at me and he said, that can't be true. That's a lie. And then he played it and was just like, oh, you know what? You actually had some good points.
I did not like Sekiro's combat system, man.
Basically.
Goddamn.
Same thing point we were just trying to make or whatever, and then it drove most of us away after doing it for so many years. Now it's a sad moment in gamer history.
This is a really funny perspective you're at right now.
What, right here?
Yeah.
Is it? Hold on. Should I be the neighbor from Home Improvement?
Oh my god. Get back up here.
I would love to put a fence that is just perfectly eye level so I can only ever stare over it.
Jesus.
God, I love Home Improvement. That's a good show. Honestly, it's something we're working on to try to not be as toxic towards each other.
You see, the reason that Sekiro's mechanics and shit were so different was because it wasn't headed by Miyazaki.
No.
It was headed by a different dude.
And
who's now working on the Armored Core series, which I am hopeful for. But if it's exactly like how Sekiro was, as far as combat goes, I'm going to be a little bit upset.
Because we spent all of Dark Souls not worrying about poise, and then all of a sudden they released Sekiro, and the main thing you gotta worry about is poise.
Also, the Armored Core series is known for making a lot of... It's like very player-oriented as far as your choices go for like armor and weapons and shit. And I'm hoping that they stick to that for the new Armored Core. Because if they make it linear, I'm going to be upset.
I don't think...
Because what's the point in me piloting a giant mech that I can change the parts on if I can't change the parts on it?
I think if they're going to do the next Armored Core, I don't know if they're going to try to do like full open world for Elden Ring, like they did with Elden Ring, but it may be more of a
You mean for Armored Core?
Yeah, for Armored Core. Well, I'm just saying in Elden Ring style, I don't think they're going to try. I don't know if they're going to put the amount of effort that they did for Elden Ring as they're going to do for Armored Core. If they do, it'll be fantastic because a giant world you can roam around in a mech is going to be amazing.
I think they already are, but I don't think it's going to be open world.
Yeah,
And
I think it's going
what
to
I
be
mean by
like
that-
select areas and stuff that you move through.
Mhm. And also what I mean by that is this game's been in development for a while.
Yes.
Like, I think it's been in development for like 4 years now or something, and they're just now like comfortable enough to tell us about it.
Which means we're probably going to get it because we got a trailer for it within the next year and a half.
Hopefully, I mean it comes out 2023, so like, you know,
Yeah. Who
I'm
knows?
excited for it though.
There could be delays.
It could be. Has FromSoft ever delayed a game before? I don't think they have, so I don't think they will.
I thought they delayed Elden Ring.
I don't think they did. I think it released on time.
Elden
Did they
Ring.
delay Elden Ring?
Yeah, Elden Ring was delayed because its complexity exceeded From Software's expectations.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's not going to happen with Armored Core. Unless they forgot how to make Armored Core games.
Man,
Which I wouldn't doubt, because it's been, like, a decade.
God, I'm so good at the game industry. I remember so much.
I don't.
Uh,
Because I was dropped on my head as a kid.
fair enough. Did you hear they're remaking Risk of Rain?
Anyway.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Risk of Rain is fun for, like, the first 2 hours.
Yes.
And then it's just the same shit.
Yeah. You're right. Oh wait, hold on. Do you want to hear some bull?
What's that?
US
me with it.
lawmakers question top game publishers on online extremism and hate.
What?
7 members of Congress are writing the leaders of 15 video game publishers on Friday to ask how they respond to and mitigate extremist and harassing behavior in their online communities.
They banned them. Problem solved. The next.
It's literally up to the community to constantly feed through the trash.
Mhm.
It's just really funny to me that they're like, "Oh, what are you doing? The same thing we've been doing since the beginning of gaming. That person reports that person, and after enough of them, they get banned."
Mhm.
It's literally the
It's
simplest
how it
thing.
should be.
Let's see. Right to repair. I know you don't want to hear about that. Next Earth Avatar series coming in 2025.
Hold on there, Buster. I've got some opinions on Right to Repair.
All right, fine. I'll go
And
back.
There's only one.
It should be allowed.
Yes, exactly.
Now, lobbyists have held up nation's first right to repair bill in New York. Like the governor there just hasn't signed it.
So what you're telling me is that Apple paid off some fucking losers to sit outside a building.
It's honestly, it just sucks all around.
Man, I need to become a villain.
What, to take over the world and change it in your image? Is that what you want to do?
Well, I was thinking violence, but
Fair
that
enough.
works too.
And then the last thing we have is big tech.
I feel like a lot of rich people haven't had their ass beat.
Honestly,
It shows.
okay, so I want there to be a law in between, like, I want to say this right below assault. I want a degree where if I see somebody doing something in public, I can slap them.
And anyone with over $1 billion, you can publicly execute.
I want to see somebody abusing something on the street. I get to go up and just give them the good old, like, just...
Let's just copy paste the French Revolution. Oh man.
I said it's gonna, in the next 10 years, it's gonna be all revolutions. I hope it's gonna be great. Not like the previous revolutions where we're constantly fighting and killing each other, but like a more civilized one, hopefully.
Dude, you have no idea. Like, on one hand, I want a revolution to happen, but on the other hand, I like,
Yeah.
living cozily in my house.
Yes. The only job of the government is to keep me nice and easy and calm in my house and make sure when I go to the store I can get what I need, and they fail at the second part.
I had to do a double take because I forgot I put you in the back rooms for a second.
Oh god, all right.
Oh my god. Also, hey Kazu, how you doing, bud? I'm gonna pull the old Griffith betrayal, put on any multi-millionaire that won't give me their money. That's so true.
Let's see. Big Tech's...
Also,
okay, what?
this is like gonna kind of dip back to the anime topic real quick.
Okay.
But dude, Bocchi the Rock might be it is like one of my top 5 favorite animes now. That anime is so high quality and funny. It has an 8.8 on my anime list now.
Dude, nice.
That shit is amazing.
You know what? Since you want to continue with this anime theme,
no, it's fine. Continue, do your thing.
No. I'll just get rid of that. And the next Avatar series is going to follow the Earth Avatar after Korra and Aang, and it's going to be coming in 2025.
Wait, after Korra?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh. Let's hope it's good.
I hope.
I doubt it though.
I hope this is the exact thing. I want them to go in, lay on the desk, and say, "Hey, you have 3 seasons. This is not going to be the same thing with Korra, where we'll give you a season, tell you we're gonna cut it off, and then give you another, then tell you we're gonna cut it off, and then give you another."
Well, my issue wasn't just that; it was the fact that Korra was such a poorly written character.
Well, yeah, because she
Holy
couldn't.
Shit.
Hold on. My main problem is the reason for the poor writing and everything is that they didn't know whether they could write a continuous story for 3 seasons like the original Avatar was. And obviously you can't if you're constantly stopping and rewriting the story and constantly changing out the villains.
Well, no, it's not just that. It's just her character is unlikable.
I mean, yeah.
She starts out as a punk little bitch who is just like, I am going to disrespect my family and everything that my forefathers have been doing for the last, 1,000 years.
Yeah.
And she just makes the most fucking brainlet decisions ever. Constantly. And not only that, but the story was, honestly kind of bad.
Yes.
And do you remember that fucking awful romance they were trying to force?
Yes.
Dude... It was so bad. I thought that show was actual dog shit.
I mean, it was actual dog shit. Legends of Korra was actual, indeed, dog shit.
And then they fucking just made the entire Avatar legacy just kaput because Korra lost all of the fucking I don't remember the word for it. The the spirits of the previous avatars.
Yes.
Do you remember that? Whenever she got fucking I can't remember what he did to her, but
yeah, he
removed all of the avatars.
Yeah,
from the fucking.
From
pretty much drained her of XP points.
Yes, he drained her. He took away the spirit magic that allows all the avatars to come through to give advice and shit for the other avatars.
Yeah, he took a. Oh my god, didn't he take her airbending too?
Yes.
It's been a while.
No, he took everything except her airbending because she sucked at it. And then when she goes to fight him again, she is rocking airbending because she finally masters it.
And then they had that stupid fucking loophole where it was like, I was the villain all along, and it's like, bruh.
I'm just hoping if this one's going to be a thing, they know how many seasons they're getting ahead of time. Because Avatar feels like it should just be a 3-season show. Because that was the perfect amount of time for everything to develop accordingly. Zuko's the greatest villain in history of all anime because of the turnaround he does. And it's because it's slow, it's deliberate. You get to see him make a ton of fuck-ups along the way. It's just
yeah, connection to the previous avatars. That's what I was trying to get to, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, fun. But, man, I don't know what happened to their writing. Their writing just fell off so hard. And I don't even think it was because they cut the seasons or whatever. I think that genuinely their writing just tanked for that show.
It might be. I don't know. Like they'll say one thing, and the actual execs from the company never said anything else. I don't know what's the truth, and that's the sad part.
Korra is like a direct contrast to Aang,
Yes.
and that is why she's a bad character. Because the Avatar is supposed to like, well, not really like supposed to, but all of the Avatars have like a common thing, and it's like, oh, I need to protect something. But Korra didn't really even fucking have any of that.
No, they're not making.
Korra was just a selfish piece of shit.
They're not making a live action Avatar Netflix series.
They made the movie.
That movie.
They might make the Netflix series.
But that
you never
movie
know.
failed so hard. Nobody could trust anything live action. Oh
If
wait,
we- hey,
they
man,
are.
if-
Shit.
Oh,
I don't like that.
I don't. Man,
I don't like that.
maybe the guys who make Avatar are just fucking stupid, and they got a lucky break with the first one.
Oh, yep, I scrolled down and it looks. Oh, that does. All right, well, that was a unique image that I. Okay, for anybody
Oh
else.
yeah, I remember now because people were making fun of Avatar, Way of Water or whatever, the new Avatar movie.
Dude,
They were making fun of that because they're like, man, if fucking what's his name, like
yeah, I just saw the.
Norman or whatever the fuck, the dude who makes the Avatar movies, they're
Yeah.
like, oh man, what's he gonna make next? Avatar, the Way of Rock or some shit, and just take all of their names from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Just looking at it, I hope they don't say Ong. That was the one biggest the moment that they say Ong in the live action movie. My dad looked at me and he's just like, "Wasn't it Aang?"
Yeah.
And my dad, like a 40-something-year-old man, was just complaining immediately to me that the movie was being shit.
You know what the worst part is? I'm pretty sure Nickelodeon was like, I'm pretty sure they gave them the go ahead to make that movie,
Mhm.
and not the dudes who actually made it because they own Avatar.
Yeah. It just want like I'm so happy that we have Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's what I'm really happy about.
And also the comics. The
Yes.
comics are pretty cool.
The comics are great. We have Avatar: The Last Airbender. So if anything else comes out and it's shit, we just get to denounce it and cut it away from the lore.
Oh my god, who was the Kyoshi warrior avatar that told the giant rock man in the ocean to stop doing stuff? I can't remember her name, but
No,
there was
they
like
just-
a giant rock man.
Yeah, they only ever called I think they only ever called her
No,
Avatar
she has a
Kyoshi.
name. Wait, did they only call her Avatar Kyoshi? Hold up.
Hold on. Avatar Kyoshi is yeah, they only ever called her Avatar Kyoshi. Yeah, that's what they're named the Kyoshi Warriors, is because they're made after
Oh,
her image.
okay.
That's her actual name.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Getting some intense Avatar lore here.
So true. Avatar Kyoshi is pretty cool though.
I love the dude who just falls off the fucking cliffside because he's just stupid.
But she was like talking to a giant rock man because the rock man was like, I'm gonna fucking burn this village to the ground because they disrespected my dead girlfriend or whatever. And she was like, hey, how about you don't do that?
God. I'm so happy I'm happy that out of all the series, I'm happy when we have a very complete, nice wrap up for a series, and then anything that comes out afterwards, we can just not care about it. Like, isn't that fantastic? Can you think of any other series where it just gives you the perfect thing immediately, and then just everything else sucks after? Star Wars.
Oh my god, yeah, Star Wars is a big one. Holy shit, dude. Oh my god. We're Star Wars fans, man. I can't even say I'm a Star Wars fan anymore because really the only Star Wars I like is the Old Republic.
Yeah.
That's like the only good one in my eyes.
It's the worst thing too when they come out with all this material and then they're like, well, we're gonna remove nearly all of it and this is what's gonna be canon.
The Old Republic is canon.
No, I know the Old Republic is canon. I'm just saying a bunch of the cool shit that was happening before, like the Darth Vader tales and everything, were cut from canon.
Oh,
Because fucking Disney loves to cut canon like it's nobody's business.
Man, I'm trying to think of like something that came out with like one good thing and then it just went down. Oh, Dead Space.
Dead Space definitely went downhill. Mass Effect then, if we're going that way. Dragon Age, but wait, hold on. Are we counting that because Inquisition was better than 2?
I don't think we count Dragon Age because Dragon Age is all over the place.
Yeah, Dragon Age doesn't know what the fuck it's doing.
Oh, yo, Warhammer.
Warhammer is a mixed bag.
Yeah, it came out with the tabletop, which is cool, and then all of the games are fucking
Trash.
buggy messes.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Oh yeah, fucking Andrew, I disconnected like a total of 7 or 8 times while we were playing yesterday, and I have all settings turned off. It is literally the bare bones a game can get for me to run it. It's running at 1080 without ray tracing, nothing. I wasn't even streaming at the time, and it just kept kicking me. Marcus was there. He knows it was happening.
It was really weird because even my graphics card was like chugging along just fine for a little while. And then Zax is just like, well, might as well shoot myself.
I know, right? Oh, God.
If it makes you feel any better, I actually got stuck earlier on Darktide, and then I also fell through the map twice, and I couldn't reload.
God damn.
So that was fun. That was real fun.
I just want it to run smoothly. That's it. I don't even know what it is. Maybe I'll just turn everything back on. Don't you just hate that when something's not running on a PC, then you just start maxing out the settings and it runs perfectly fine?
Mm-hmm. No, dude, I had so many bugs happening to me today that I actually wrote a review on the game.
Damn.
I was like, bruh. Haven't touched Darktide at all because I just don't care about it. I really like the gameplay, but those bugs make me not want to play it. Sometimes I'll be like at the very end of a mission, and my game will just crash, and then I try to get back in, and they've already like extracted and everything, and then I check my shit and I don't even get anything because I left before extraction.
Like,
And I'm just like, man, what the fuck?
whew.
Fucking, what's their name? Games Workshop? I think that's what they're called.
Yeah.
They're the guys who own, Warhammer. Dude, they need to... They're so fucking greedy.
Yes.
I hate them so much.
They're honestly, it is the one thing that I always, whenever anybody talks about corporate greed, I'm like, Warhammer's the worst.
Yeah, Warhammer is really bad.
That it made me get House Flipper and play that instead. House Flipper is such a good game.
Oh, yeah. Also, thank you for coming along to watch the podcast on Stream Fun. Hope you have a good one. Happy holidays.
Adios phone. It's honestly
man.
genuinely surprised. It's just it's all bad.
I want to play Dark and Darker with you guys though, because it's actually really fun. I was playing with my friend ID, or I guess acquaintance, because I don't really know him all that well. But I was playing with ID earlier on it, and another person named Ike. And okay, so that game is like unplayable in solo because it doesn't have solo queue. It puts you in there with teams of 2, 3, and not only are you fighting them, but you have to fight other AI and shit too, like actual enemies. It's PvPvE, and it is difficult. It is very difficult, dude.
That is.
If you don't have like 2 or 3, or if you don't have 1 or 2 other people with you, you're not extracting in that game solo queue. It's fucking brutal, but it's so much fun.
Dude, that's like Hyena, the game that I love playing. It's based in space, 0G and everything, but it has a similar concept, is that you steal a bunch of loot, and then you just try to get out while other teams are constantly trying to beat the shit out of you. But yeah.
It's a lot of fun though. I saw that Kazu downloaded it on Steam.
I did as well.
How you liking it, Kazu? If you played it. I'm assuming he'll
He'll chime
Play
in.
something in chat. He just dies.
I was playing Dark and Darker earlier and got my bones fucking rattled every time I got into the game.
Yeah, dude, that game is difficult, man. Ooh, I was playing as a cleric, which I feel is a little easier than playing as any of the other classes, for me personally, just because I can heal myself and also shield. Yeah, it sucks ass as solo player. I was looking at the Reddit, and the #1 complaint is that there's not a solo queue.
The easiest
Yeah.
class to play starting out is Rogue. Not even joking. That's hilarious.
Yeah, Rogue is pretty easy to play because you can make yourself invisible if you have to stand still though. So you can like hide, and you also can put poison on your dagger, so it makes it pretty easy to kill stuff. You're also a lot faster, and you can attack stuff faster, and you can also unlock stuff faster. It's like a really good class for solo queue, but solo queue in general is really bad. Yeah, so true. Barbarian. So I was a barbarian. It takes 50 years to swing your weapon, then a rogue comes and stabs your left ass cheek 20 times by the time you swing once. Yeah, so true. Barbarian is really slow. You have to have a cleric backing you up.
So it's
Just an
mainly
archer or anything.
it's mainly a game that it's definitely better when you're doing multiplayer with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I don't know if this is true or not, but the developers of it, I've seen mixed information. People have said that they are going to work on a thing for solo queue, and people have said that they're not going to bother with solo queue players. And if they're doing the no support for solo queue players, I think they just kill their game.
It's the worst.
Because solo queue is going to like keep their game alive.
It's the worst thing I always see is when a game kills its own player base by not allowing solo play enough, which is also why I was excited when FF14 started making all of their stuff basically solo. And god damn, it's just something that if you take the time and energy to make it so people can play your game in the future and not have to worry about having an entire group there, it is so much nicer for the player.
Yeah.
All right.
Barbarian is pretty bad to play if you don't have a team, though. 100%. Cleric is pretty okay solo queue, and not Ranger. Rogue was pretty okay.
So, I have two more topics.
Yes.
The first one is that the next Steam Deck that they're going to be making, they're going to be focusing on only improving the screen and the battery life, and not any of the internals. Which
Wait, who said that?
Steam, Valve said that is that they're going to be.
I thought you were about to say Nintendo.
No.
And I was going to be like, oh, it sounds like a Nintendo thing.
No. The next Steam Deck is going to only be improving the screen and battery life, because that was two of the main complaints with the Steam Deck, because it can run quite a bit of things. It's just the problem of the screen kind of sucks and the battery also kind of sucks.
I feel like that's also partly due to the internals. Like, you have to really cram that shit in there.
Yeah, they are talking about the next time that they do one of these, they were trying to make it easier to repair, but if they can get a deal with, I think it was AMD, they wanted to start making boards like they put in the PS5 and stuff, where it's just all integrated on one board to make it easier, and they can have higher performance get outputted from that. So until that's done, I don't think we're going to get like an official Steam Deck 2 up class until then.
Yeah. Man, the more I think about it, the more I think I'd really like a Steam Deck.
I would too.
It's literally only because there are so many times where I'm out just somewhere.
Yeah.
And I don't have like anything I'm really doing. I'm like, man, I wish I was playing this game right now.
It's it's the worst because you can have your Switch on you, but that doesn't guarantee you're gonna have all the games that you would really like. But with a Steam Deck, even if it's Nintendo, you can have it on there.
Yeah, like for me personally, it's been PSO2 lately.
Yeah.
I've been playing that like all day, every day for the past week. I forgot how much fun it is, and they've actually added more content now.
Like Pet Stares At, one of the creators I watch, he has a Steam Deck and he plays FF14 in bed when he wants to just dick around on his Steam Deck.
Oh, God. Oh, that's like playing FF14 on controller. Oh.
He also
that-
plays FF14 on controller.
Oh, poor guy. Jesus, what is wrong with him? Does he have a PC? He has to have a PC. He
Oh,
makes
he
YouTube
has a
videos,
great,
right?
yeah, he has a great PC.
And he chooses to play on... Oh my God.
The most preferred ways to play. See, Andrew knows what's up.
Is that because of, like, affordability?
I don't know if it's
Because everyone who wants to do, like, indie content, they tell you pretty much have to have mouse and keyboard or be really good with a controller. Because controller doesn't have the same, ease of access as keyboard does.
yes, you have a lot more range on the keyboard, but I think it's just because of preference. It might be easier to hold. No, it's because
A
of the
lot
key.
harder, because the keybinds are actually pretty well done overall. Obviously not for raids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, doing any in-game content on controller sucks ass. Like, if you play on controller and you want to do P8, you're probably not parsing anything above, like, green. Unless you're really good. I mean, I've seen people who parse, like, 90 with controller, which is... They're actually insane. Like, batshit crazy.
And the last thing I wanted to talk about was a keyboard you showed at the beginning of the week.
Oh, the cool one where you can have, like, images on it?
Yeah,
Yeah, what about it?
I just wanted to talk about it. I think it's a nice new feature we have for keyboards where we're actually installing screens on the bottom side of the keyboard.
Now you should, so, in that keyboard, you should have a button that, flash bangs. So, like, after 2 years of playing on it,
Yeah.
have someone over, be like, hey, press that button real quick. It flash bangs them, and then they get to see all the dirt and hair in your keyboard.
Yes. My God, I try to keep up with cleaning my keyboard because I know a lot of people don't, and it's fucking funny. Whenever I look at anybody's old keyboards when I'm over their house and they ask me to try to look up something, before I even set my fingers down, I look at the keyboard and I'm like, and then I just continue about my merry way. I thought the most interesting part about the keyboard was that the letters and everything were on the bottom side of the actual keys themselves. They weren't on the top. They were on the
Did it say what
south.
size it was? Because that might be because of its size.
It is a 65%, it looks like.
Oh, okay. Because I don't remember what percent mine is. Mine's
Maybe.
big, though.
Do you have a numpad?
I do.
Then it's 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have the. I think it's a little bit over 65% because no, it's all together. It just doesn't.
65% is so weird because I have a 65 right beside me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like kind of difficult to really use because the keys are so small.
Mine, I have a pretty decent one that's also wireless that I use whenever I need like a quick keyboard or something. And I used it with the lunchbox whenever I was traveling. So I would travel, I would have the lunchbox for gaming. I would just set it down, and then I'd have a nice portable keyboard, and I would just take my mouse with me, which is really nice.
The keyboard with a display in it from Final Mouse.
Yes.
Yes.
The Final Mouse one.
I thought it was a pretty cool keyboard. I saw it on Twitter. I was like, oh, I have to show them this.
Yeah, and then when I saw it, I'm like, oh, that'd be really cool to talk about on the podcast.
Yeah.
Good luck getting that. I know I'm not gonna be able to get it. Website is down for maintenance. Woo.
Is it gonna have like limited runs? I didn't see anything about it. I just looked at it and I was like, oh, this looks cool.
Yeah, it's gonna have limited runs.
Man, that's dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
Thing's gonna be over $300 with it. Oh, God, man. Why would you make something that cool and you're like, hey, by the way, limited supply, lol?
I think it's mainly to gauge the actual, like, how many people want it. They also have a mouse with it that looks also limited run. Once they're gone, they're done.
Yeah, I don't. So usually, whenever companies want to gauge like how many people want it, they don't do like a limited
Yeah.
thing. They do like a pre-release. That's not the word I'm looking for, but they do like a pre-release of sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Pre-orders.
And how they gauge it is usually based on how many orders they have for like a pre-release or a pre-order.
The one store that I still need to buy stuff off of has to be the LTT store. I still haven't bought anything off of it. I know Andrew has.
Now that I'm thinking about it, for Pokemon, I think typically they take the number of pre-orders and then they multiply it by a specific number.
God, I gotta pick up the
Because-
backpack and the screwdriver.
But I think they do it based on whether it's a mainline game or a spin-off. Because for spin-offs, they have to take into account different factors and shit. Because people who buy the mainline games aren't always the same people who buy the
Spin-off games.
and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Those things have been stuck in their port for a long time. Gotta hate the shipping world. It sucks right now.
It does suck. Like whenever I bought my Okayu figure and it didn't get shipped to me until like a year and a half later,
Yes.
when Crunchyroll was supposed to ship it 2 weeks after I ordered it.
Yes.
Never buying anything off the Crunchyroll store again, man. Crunchyroll's store is awful.
It's it's really funny because I only know of like 3 people who have bought anything off the Crunchyroll store, and I think
Me, Kazu,
and
who else?
my stepsister has bought something off the Crunchyroll store.
Have
And
has she also had bad experiences with it?
no, she just
Oh.
ordered the thing, forgot about it, and then it just arrived whenever it arrived.
So she's lucky.
Mm.
Kazu and I went through hell.
Yes, I haven't had any issues with it. See, look,
Oh, I thought you had. I thought
No.
he did have an issue with it.
No,
'Cause I
his-
remember him complaining about the Crunchyroll shipping one time.
the only issue I have with Crunchyroll is the fact that he doesn't watch enough of it, and you are constantly polluting his account with anime.
Hey, I can't even say I only watch good stuff. Sometimes I watch like actual shit anime just because I want to see how much it can make me laugh.
I
I
also
never got my that's what it was.
Yeah.
I remember that.
never got
Yeah,
his
that
gift
was-
bag thing.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Because
Oh,
I was like,
God.
I remember there was something he complained about with it.
I think I also your speak, Zach. The words, they're in your mouth. The Genji Ito loot crate arrived. It's here. Whenever we hang out next, I'll bring it to you.
Nice.
My God. Is there anything else you want to particularly talk about?
Trying to think. I
We've
don't
been-
think there really is.
We've hit our like 2-hour mark, even with the technical difficulties at the beginning.
We're gonna have to cut out like 30 minutes of footage.
Yeah, that's fine. I did actually fix it at around the 30-minute mark, so it'll be really easy to do.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Alright.
Do you and Kazu want to play Dark and Darker?
I cannot. I have to get ready to start heading out to Madison tonight because of the storm and everything. We want to get out there before it gets any more worse.
Oh yeah, the storm is gonna get pretty bad.
Because we're going to be out in Madison for holiday for literally tomorrow and the day after. So it's might as well just get out there early. Because right
Yeah, I
now
gotcha.
there's only like 3 inches on the ground, and the main problem right now is the wind.
Because I was gonna say, could just keep streaming, play Dark and Darker with you guys, but
If I wasn't going anywhere, I would love to. After I'll be back from Christmas right around noon.
Sounds good.
So,
Sounds good.
anytime after that, whenever everybody's done with Christmas and whatever we got planned for the rest of the weekend, blah, I will be ready.
Alrighty.
All right.
Well,
Bye.
is that it?
I think.